What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-How Radio shouting. Hey, man, I got a guy that is killing the television screen, the movie screen, and every damn screen that you can think of right now as we speak. Ramon Sloan. Swift, what's good with it, boss?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Feeling good, feeling great. Now, Ramon, we talking about Swift Motion Pictures right now. Take me to day one. At what point did you realize that you wanted to get into the film business and that bug hit you, man?
Well, it was around 2009.
Okay.
Right? When I wrote my first book. 'Cause before I was doing the movies, I was doing the book shit.
Okay.
So, when I wrote my first book, after I read it, man, I was so amped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said, this got to be a movie. I'm going to make this a movie one day. And the name of the book was Motivation Mastering the Game. So it's a 3-part series.
Yeah.
And that's what that's what the whole Circumstances movie series is based on. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, writing books, because see, I got to go there with you. At what point did you say, hey, man, let me put the pen to pad and write a whole damn book in this thing? And what was that whole, process like from beginning to end, from conception to fruition?
Well, I was at a place where I was trying to figure out something else to do. You know how it is. And, yeah. So
I'm here with you.
You know what I'm saying? So I was at that place, and I said, what can I do? Something that I actually like doing, right? And I've always been creative. I've always loved cinema, movies, and stuff like that, man. So I said, let me try my hand at writing a book.
Yeah.
And what I did was I went and got some of my favorite authors. I went and got some John Grisham books and Ashley and Jaquavia's books.
Yeah.
And who was it? I forgot. It was a couple other ones. I just went to reading, and then I went to the library. I went to the library and got a magazine on sentence structure and how to basically write a book.
Yeah. So
I went and studied all of that, and I started doing experiments with, just writing a couple of chapters here and there.
Yeah.
Ended up writing my first one.
What was the reception of that book when you dropped it? How did you go about publishing it and getting it out to the people, man?
Well, I self-published it.
Okay.
And, I self-published it on Amazon, and I found a publisher out of Florida, which was a print company called Digital Media or something like that. Mm-hmm. And I printed like a couple hundred books up, and, man, people went to buying it. They loved it. And, I went from there, did part 2, then did 3. I actually had a distribution with G Street Chronicles. I don't know if you remember them.
Yeah.
They was from out of here.
Yeah.
G, yeah. So shout out to G, man. And, that was with the first 3 books. Mm-hmm. So, that's how that whole process started.
Okay, so now you got the books going, and then you realized that you needed to turn this stuff into film. Mm-hmm. What was the first steps that you took in that process to go from storyteller to filmmaker?
Well, the first step was actually getting the script put together. So after I had the book printed up and everything, and I started to say, okay, well, what do I got to do? I went around, talked to a couple of people that was, had some knowledge of the movie industry. They wasn't in it. Yeah. And, I was emailing people and whatnot. They a bunch of folks went to action like, okay, well, do you have it in electronic format? And at the time, I really wasn't savvy like that. Yeah. With that, with the computers.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? So I put it together, and man, I'm talking about. It took me like, man, probably damn near a whole summer. Yeah, me and my daughter mom, we was going at it every day, typing it up, putting it together. So I finally got it on electronic format, and then ended up getting it up. You know what? Let me back up a little bit. Back up a little bit, because you just asked me about the actual movie script, right?
Yeah.
So my apologies. That was the book that we put together.
Damn.
So yeah, that was the book. That's how I did the book. So to get the actual script put together, what I did was I went to some college students, and they helped me out with putting the script together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I went from there. After I got the script put together, the first script I put together, I actually didn't use it. You know, but that was like kind of like the blueprint for the actual movie. So I ended up doing some rewrites on it once I actually got to a point to where I was ready to shoot the movie.
Yeah.
And I hooked up with Jaquavis Coleman. So he authored, the guy that I mentioned you know, before. So I met him at a book signing. You know, I bought one of his books. Me and him stayed in tune with each other. And I ended up seeing that he actually put one of his books into a movie. It was The White House.
Okay.
So I reached out to him. I said, man, I see you put your book down and whatnot. I mean, you know, I'm trying to do that. So he's like, oh, okay, cool, bro. Like, all right, I'll help you do it.
Yeah.
And man, I put the situation together as far as like set up my film company and all of that. After I set the company up, you know, me and him, we sat down, put a budget together and all of that. And then he put me in tune with basically his team, you know. And from there, man, we went and shot it. I actually shot the first one in Michigan. Yeah.
Okay, so now you're putting out the movies.
Yeah.
That first finished project, though, man, how did you feel when you saw that shit?
Man, bro, I felt.
And which movie was the first project that you worked on?
That was Circumstances.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that was Circumstances. And man, I felt great, you know, because it was a huge sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, I'm coming from a place of me taking a script.
Yeah.
And shopping it for 4-5 years before I even shot it, trying to get money to put it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, at that point, I'm like, man, I actually got this shit done. But,
come on. Come on.
But listen, he go to crazy part.
Talk to me.
So after I get it done, you know, now I'm like, all right, what do you do with it? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do you do with it?
Exactly.
So I'm trying to get distribution. I actually went around, bro, for about, man, I want to say a year, almost 15 months, something like that, trying to figure out how to get it out, you know?
Yeah.
And this was before a lot of these streamers is out right now.
Exactly.
So at this time, you know, it was just like Amazon. People was going on iTunes and stuff like that. So I ended up getting in tune with a distributor through a close family friend. He was already rocking with him. You know what I'm saying? And man, I mean, I got in tune with the distributor. They checked the film out, and they was like, okay, well, we can get you distribution, but you got to go back in there and fix the audio. What I tell a lot of brothers now, man, it's an educational moment right now for the audience, right? So a lot of times with distribution, it's not the actual film that slows us down with the process of getting the film out, getting good distribution and placement. It's the audio. Damn. So I had to go back, connected with a company, and they ended up cleaning the audio up.
Okay.
And the movie got put out, man.
Okay. When you saw that finished product, how was we feeling in this thing, Ramon?
Listen. I was hitting cartwheels. I mean, because you got to understand, like, I done put all this money up. You know what I'm saying? Put all this bread up, man, and I'm and I had a lot of moments of doubt where I'm like, damn, you know, did I do the right thing here? Like, what am I gonna do? Because no, listen, I hooked up with a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
This dude told me, I showed him the movie. The man told me, he was like, after he watched the movie and everything, he called me back about maybe a week later. No, he didn't even call me back. I called him. Yeah. It was a lawyer out of Chicago.
Yeah.
So I called him. I said, "What'd you think about the movie?" Because I was trying to get him to give me distribution before I had it.
Yeah.
He was like, it's a good storyline. He was like, but the production quality and I mean like that type of movie, he's like, man, I'll be surprised if you make $1 off of that. Listen, bro, he said that. I mean, so at this point, that just crushed me. I'm
exactly.
I said, oh my, I'm like, man, and this dude came recommended, you know what I mean? So I'm like,
so that's what a recommended nigga got to say.
Hey, but check it out.
Yeah.
Here's what's even crazier about the situation. So I went to his office, right? I went to his office and I sat down and watched a short film that he did that was like, I want to say 45 minutes.
Yeah.
The film was shot very well.
Yeah.
He had notable actors in it, you know, people with names and whatnot. And he told me, he said, yeah, I've been sitting on this for like 4 years. I don't know what to do with it. And, you know, I'm listening to him. And you got to understand, I'm going off of it, his expertise. So I'm just like, man, I'm like, now I'm really discouraged because I'm like, there, okay, if he can't get distribution, and he can't figure out what to do with this, what am I going to do with this? Yeah. Because his movie looked like, I mean, for real, it looked like he spent about a couple $100,000 on it. Yeah. So when he told me that, I said, oh, man, I won't make a quarter. But check it out.
Talk to me.
He go to silver lining.
All right now.
Let me tell you the silver lining. And I can say this now after
going through it.
You understand what I'm saying? After me being in this from 2016 to now. Mm-hmm. I can say this as an expert and also from experience. Yeah. What I realized was at that moment, he was just telling me some information based on what he knew, right? Because at that time, to be in the film industry, he was talking about going to a network. Yeah. Going to a Lionsgate, going to a HBO. He was talking about that. He didn't understand that it was finna be a whole new world out here. So he's giving me dated information. Yeah. But let me tell you something. He gave me information that he could give me based on what he knew. So I'm not knocking him. I mean, he probably could have came with a better delivery. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, if I had some soft skin,
it would have killed you.
I would have bailed. You know what I mean? But luckily I didn't. But like I said, the silver lining in that whole situation was me understanding this. You can't listen to everything that everybody tell you, man. Yeah. Because just because you don't know what to do and just because
you went through that
don't necessarily mean I am. Because guess what? A lot of people tell me people probably put a lot of stuff on you.
Come on now.
Probably never thought you would actually do what you doing in this. You did what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
But one thing that they don't know is they didn't understand the drive you had.
Exactly.
Just like he did. You know what I'm saying? Just like he didn't. So, again, I'm saying that because I know a lot of your listeners out there is going to be somebody watching this that's trying to get into film, trying to get into being a podcaster, trying to get into being a musician, artist, whatever, cleaning company, whatever you're doing. It's going to always be some hurdles. It's going to always be some obstacles.
Come on.
And you can't allow that, or you can't allow the information that you get from somebody else to stop you from what you're doing. Because even when he said that, I'm looking and I'm like, oh, wow. But it was just still something to me that said, ain't no way in the world you finna chalk this up.
Exactly. We put too much shit.
I'm finna go figure, you dig what I'm saying? I'm finna go figure this out.
Yeah.
And that's what that was.
Okay, so now after somebody done burst your damn bubble, how the hell did you get refocused and what did you do to get that damn movie distributed? What was the next steps?
Man, you know what? What I did was I just stayed down. You know what I'm saying? I kept pressing at it and I kept turning corners, turning over every rock that I could. And then I ended up, and the funny thing about it, man, is it was right there next to me. And I didn't even realize this, right?
What? I
didn't realize it, but you gotta understand, like I didn't know at the time what was going on. So after I did the premiere, you know, premiere was dope. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loved the movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And one day I was at a picnic, And my uncle walked up to me and he asked me, he said, man, what's going on with the movie? When you gonna put it out? Now this after, I mean, again, I told you, this is months and months down the road. I said, I'm trying to figure it out, Unc. He said, man, have you ever talked to Kurt? So Kurt is the family friend. He's like family.
Yeah.
Right? So I said, no. He's like, he out there in L.A. making movies. So I said, for real? He's like, yeah, man, let me get his number for you. Now, this is like his best friend. They grew up together.
Yeah.
So, man, listen, man. He gave me his number. He contacted him, hit me up, text me his phone number. I hit him. And he said, send me the movie, nephew. He watched the movie. The man hit me back ASAP. He was like, man, I can definitely get you distribution for this. I'm like, what? Okay, so he said, you probably gonna have to fix that audio.
Damn.
Yeah, so anyway, like I said, I went and fixed the audio, man, and got it done. But again, when I look at that situation, I say, I went around all those corners trying to do something. Mm-hmm. And really what that was about was, ain't nothing worth having gonna come easy.
Those are facts.
That wasn't nothing but the universe and God just saying, look, I know you can have this right here. It's right here in your backyard. I'm talking about, you talking about somebody who grew up in a family. This is family.
Yeah.
That wasn't nothing but a phone call the whole time.
Yeah.
But guess what? It wasn't, nothing that you're gonna get that's sustainable is gonna come like that, man. Because let's keep it a buck. All of them lessons and all of them nuggets and all the people that I paid in between trying to figure this out and none of that came to fruition.
Come on.
If I wouldn't have had none of those experiences, I would have lost out on all them jewels, man, along the way.
Come on.
So I'm not tripping about it, you know what I mean? It's a learning experience, and actually I embraced it.
As an actor and an executive at the same time, what is it like juggling both sides of the game and being the driving force on the business side and the creative side? Shit. It's a
headache, bro.
Come on, man.
Just to keep it real with you.
Yeah.
It's a huge headache.
Yeah.
And this Circumstances 4, that was, it's the latest film. That was the most acting that I've ever done in a movie. Right?
Yeah.
So it was very tense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a tense moment for me. A lot of stress, because you on set trying to make sure everybody doing their job. You trying to make sure other actors doing what they got to do, and on top of that, you aren't in a position when you acting. Really, you need to be in your own head, in your own head space. Like really, all that other extra stuff is like one of the most challenging things that you ever gonna try to do. That's why I take my hat off to anybody. After doing that, I take my hat off to anybody that's out there juggling all of that shit, man. I'm talking about actor, writer, producer, and not only actor, but lead actor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lot, man. But I'm gonna tell you something. I got a good team.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So my team is very good at what they do. Everybody's supportive, you know what I mean? So that helped it out. But can't nobody take away that anxiety. I don't care how good they doing their job.
Putting that team together, though, man. I mean, how did you find the right people to join Swift to make sure that this was the right fit for them, and then also so that you could get to a 4th and a 5th and a 7th movie?
Well, I think that it just really came naturally. Okay. It was just one of those things where it wasn't really a big selective process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, Beezy Jones, he been with me since the beginning. You know what I mean? He was the cinematographer on the first movie that I did. And me and him been kind of like just really growing together. You know what I mean? So, he got a team of folks and, I got a team of folks, you know what I'm saying? And we all, just everybody just put everything together, and it's one of those things where, like, you just got to trust people, right?
Come
you
on
gotta
now.
trust that they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And then if it's a situation where they need to be polished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just gotta help them polish themselves.
Yeah. Okay. When it came to the movie making and the distribution at the same time, why was it imperative that you had a distributor for your movie? Why did you even need it?
Because
what is it that they can do that you can't?
What is it that they can do is they can get you on these platforms.
Okay.
Because when you're dealing with the TUBIs and Amazon's a little different, I think you can put the movies on there yourself now.
Okay.
But when you're dealing with all these other streamers and all these other platforms, you know, even they got gatekeepers.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep it a buck, bro.
No, it's real.
Most of these distributors, they just nothing but gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? And but in a sometimes I understand why, because a lot of these platforms don't want to be dealing with all of these different individuals because that's just too much manpower for them to probably have.
Exactly.
Right? But it's something that is necessary because that's just the way the system is set up. They're not allowing, you know, people to come to them direct. They want to have a middleman.
As a businessman, after you got your distribution going and you putting out your films, how did you feel when you started to see the return on the investment that said, okay, we can do this shit again? You see what I'm saying?
Well, I think you know, it's a good feeling, you know, to be able to make money off doing something you love doing.
Exactly.
I love doing this shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't want to be doing nothing else. You know what I mean? So, and also, it's a great feeling for you to know, because if you got this revenue coming in, then that also means that it's people watching.
Yeah.
You know, it's people that actually love what you putting out.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I just always thought that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't in no situation where I had to do this.
Yeah.
And when I'm talking about where I was like, okay, if I don't make a movie, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I was blessed enough to be in a situation where, you know, just from me constantly staying down and putting plays together where I could be able to move my way into this business, right?
Exactly.
But what I always understood and always knew was if I kept at it, and I was able to figure out how to just take that one movie and monetize it, then everything else is gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you know, and in order to be able to monetize something over a long amount, you know, over a period of time, then that means that, you know, just with the podcast, you have to put out quality work.
Come on now.
So my goal was to say, okay, well, I just need to continue to raise the bar. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell my team all the time, like we gotta keep, you know, our eyes on what we doing, because in this business, a lot of businesses, you of course you're doing your homework. So you watching other people, watching their movies, seeing what they doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, if you see somebody drop a hit, you know, that goes for music, movies, whatever. If somebody drop a hit, they drop something that's a hit. And you might say, okay, well, let me kind of see what they did.
Exactly.
And maybe I can steal a couple of them nuggets out of there, right? And that's cool.
Yeah.
But you still want to make sure that this product is representative of you. It's something that you represent and what you believe in. Like, you don't want to just, you know, just sit up there and just take somebody's whole situation. I mean, because everybody, you know, steal ideas from other people, man. We all do that. That's, you know, in life. In order to be a successful person, you must look at other successful people.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that, you know, as far as the money go, to get back to your question, as far as the money go, I think all of that goes hand in hand. And I think that the quality of the movie, you know, you making sure that you putting out movies that people actually want to see, timeless pieces, classic pieces, because I feel like Circumstances, the whole series, I feel like it's a classic.
Come on,
you know
now.
what I'm saying? you know, things that are going to be around and people can actually love, you know what I'm saying? I think that the bankroll is gonna come behind all that, man.
How do you feel being able to just do your own thing, though? I mean, you ain't got to answer to nobody. You say, it's time for me to put out a movie. This is what I want to talk about, and this is what y'all folks about to get. I got my distribution. I got my film company ready to go. And, hey, you go check this out right now because it's streaming. How does that make you feel coming from, I was just writing a book 10 years ago to now I'm in the film industry getting busy?
Man, bro, it's phenomenal. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing less than a phenomenal feeling. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But more than anything, you know what I'm saying? Like I always understand why things are happening, right? Mm-hmm. You know, first of all, none of this shit is happening because somebody just dropped it out the sky.
Come on,
you know
now.
What I'm saying? The number one reason why it's happening and you know why I feel so great about it is because it lets me understand and know that you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it, my nigga. I'm in Milwaukee making movies, bro. I'm in Milwaukee making movies. I need you to understand what the fuck we talking about right now. We shooting full feature films in Milwaukee. That ain't no easy shit to do. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I tell Steve-O all the time, like, bro, like, nigga, we
what up, though, Steve-O?
in Milwaukee right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it's a blessing, man, to be able to do it, but you always need to make sure that you giving yourself a round of applause, you know what I'm saying, when you ain't quitting. And also another thing is to understand the people around you that's helping you do this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, your team, your family, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Man, so many pieces to this shit that people don't understand. You know what I mean? That helps somebody be successful. You know what I mean? You know, so you want to be appreciative of the universe and everything that's making it happen. I'm
with you 1,000% on that. Now, Ramon, break down the whole TUBI thing to me, because everybody, first of all, TUBI is a big word out here in these streets. It's flying out of everybody's mouth. TUBI. I saw that on TUBI. That reminded me of a TUBI movie. TUBI. Right. But nobody knows what's really going on. From a man that's dropping projects in this thing and in the mix, what's really good on that other side, sir?
What's really going on is TUBI has provided a situation that has revolutionized the independent film world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Amazon was good, you know, because before TUBI was popping hard, it was Amazon.
That's right.
Before Amazon was popping hard, it was iTunes.
Yeah.
But to my knowledge, there has been no independent distribution platform that has helped filmmakers distribute their work and actually see real revenue. You know what I'm saying? To this degree. So, you know, I mean, if a person is trying to get involved, you know, it's like the time is now. You know, you look at check this out. Anytime you see these big studios, everybody jumping on board. Now check it out. Let me go back for a minute.
Come on with it now. Come on with it, sir.
Now, when we first started putting movies on TUBI, 2017, 2018, whatever it was, one of them, you know, I'm walking around telling people, hey, yeah, check this movie. It's on TUBI. They're like, what? Man, what the hell is that? You know what I mean? TUBI. You know, because
I've been there.
Right. Listen, I know. Check it out, because everybody was on the whole Amazon kit.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, you on Amazon? Yeah, I'm on Amazon too. But go check out TUBI because they pay a nigga more, right?
Come on now.
So, but check it out. So everybody was saying, oh man, you know, whatever, TUBI, you know what I'm saying? And really this shit was a joke. You understand what I'm saying? It was a joke until really quite recently, you know what I mean? To where now everybody on the whole TUBI wave, you know, and I think that it's a lesson, man. It's a lesson for a lot of people out there, not only for that, for anything that's going on, you know, for you to be able to understand that just because you don't know about something, that don't necessarily mean that it's not a real situation.
Well, see, I'm going to hit you with this, though, Ramon. It ain't for them to know about.
Dig it.
Because when you look at YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, any other social media and any other streaming platforms,
right,
the people that came in that thing early and said, "Oh, I'm about to dominate this,"
right,
they became stars before the gatekeepers even came in to stop them.
right.
They had, by the time everybody else came in there to figure out what was going on Instagram, you had a whole new genre of comedians that didn't exist and couldn't have existed before Vine and Instagram. And then the old school comedians that didn't know what the hell was going on, they're like, "Oh shit, I'm supposed to be making content for social media?" But by the time they got on there, yeah, their fan bases grew. But now you got these new set of boys that are bigger. They some big dogs out here now, and they packing out arenas. Same thing with TUBI. You see what I'm saying? By the time folks realize what the hell is really going on, the big dogs would have already made they play. And then everybody else got to come in, and they got to chase you.
Right.
Because y'all done set the bar. That's the whole thing. You go in there, you set the bar for everybody else to come after you, and then once you done set that bar so damn high, now they got to come and try to touch your damn bar. But then also, in this world that we living in, it's open. So other people can have that same success if they just stay down and try hard as hell. You see what I'm saying? So what advice do you have for this guy that's in college right now watching this, man? Yeah. And they say, "Man, I'm going to school to learn how to make film. I want to do film. I don't have a big budget.
Right.
I don't have any connections.
Right.
But I do have a goal, a dream, and a vision." What do you tell them to do?
Well, the first thing I would tell that person is have a piece of work that's actually put together, meaning come with something completed. And when you come with something completed, hit us up, and we're going to show you how to do it. Yeah. Because one thing is this, right? So the shit that you going to learn on the streets, you can't learn in college.
Yeah.
Like, I respect it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we got a course called the Swift Motion Pictures Movie Mastery Course.
Talk to me.
And this course is, you know, we put it together specifically for that, right? Because we teaching people how to shoot movies outside of the whole Hollywood realm, where it's like, okay, you shoot a movie in accordance to what they talking about. You talking about $300,000 and $400,000, $500,000, $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, and what a lot of people don't understand, B-High, is most of those movies that they make in Hollywood, fam, they don't even turn a profit.
Damn.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, if a studio put out 10, 20 movies a year, you know, they not expecting for all them movies to make money. You know what I'm saying? In this space right here, if you do the analytics correctly and you make sure you put the right actors in it, you make sure that you get the right script, you get the right crew to help you shoot it, you know what I'm saying? And you make sure the budget is where it's supposed to be at, you're definitely going to do it. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now.
100%. Now here's the thing with it. It's like the only way you're going to be able to know that is if you tap in and get you some type of mentor who can help you. You know what I mean? So again, like, you know, I'm not trying to, you know, be on no infomercial type shit.
Well, no, if you got a class, you need to let them know what it is. If you're one of the first people to get on TUBI and dominate it, then, I mean, it just is what it is.
Facts. You know what I mean? It's just so that's the whole thing, man. Like, I want to see young creatives win out here, you know? And a lot of times I run into a lot of these young creatives and they, you know, they come to me with the university way of doing it. And then guess what? There's nothing wrong with that. But in these universities, Beehive, a lot of that information is dated and it's
antiquated. You can't use
archaic to what we doing.
Exactly.
Now, it'll work if you go fuck with Sony Pictures. But guess what? It's 1 million people in line trying to get that same job. You know what I mean? I'm not saying don't go do it.
No, I'm with you.
But if you on this, then you need to get with somebody who done already did it.
Exactly.
And that's just what it is. So that would be my advice, man. Find you a mentor who's actually done it. And here's the thing, that's what Instagram and all that's for.
But then also, this is the selling point right here, though, Ramon. How much money can they make off Tubi? You ain't got to tell me your numbers, but numbers that you done heard or you done seen or somebody done pulled off of Tubi. How much money can somebody make off Tubi so they'll understand why they need to get the damn class and figure out how the hell to get their asses on there?
I mean, you can make as much as much as you want according to how hard your hustle is. So I'm gonna tell you like this: if you thinking small, that's what you're gonna do. But if you thinking, let's hit the top of one of them buildings,
yeah,
that's what you're gonna do. Ain't no limit, because the thing is, it's a free, open ground. There's no limit. It's all, the key to it is getting a quality piece of content and marketing the hell out of it. That's the key. I'm talking about, bro, you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
I go everywhere with these.
This.
And check it out. I don't got to walk around with this shit, but I do it. I do it because why wouldn't I? I'm walking through the airport.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I'm walking through the airport. I'm walking down the street. I was just passing in, coming in your office right now.
Come on.
I mean, it's like you're not, this is an effortless campaign right here.
Exactly.
You can't beat this for a couple $100. And on top of that, you know, you want to do other stuff. Get you a marketing person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they can, know how to run ads for you, or you figure out how to do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because everything is on their phone.
Yeah.
Everybody on their phone, you know what I mean? So it's just really, getting down and not being afraid to actually put the work in.
Come on. Okay. How do you feel, too, though, when you say that? Because I told folks the internet, I was telling folks the same thing about the internet. I said, hey, man, this the Wild Wild West. You better hurry up and go out here and get you some damn land for all this shit. Go. Yeah. Digital real estate. Shout out to Ben X because he done damn near coined that phrase. Right. But it's digital real estate, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel just being able to operate in your own world, man, and just do what you do? And and like you said, because it's the same thing across the board. Mm-hmm. You only gonna get out what you put in. Mm-hmm. So, as far as Swift Motion Pictures moving forward, how much are you trying to put into the game? Are you trying to do television shows as well? What do you think about documentaries or just feature films?
Well, everything.
Okay.
We got some original series written.
Okay.
Right now, got more films that we're gonna be doing. I'm always looking to polish up our situations and also expand. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We got a lot of different things, that we plan on doing, man. You know what I mean? So, but the key to all of this is, when you leveling up and you trying to go into these different arenas, because it's bigger than Tubi, right?
Yeah.
Tubi is a great situation. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But you want to have multiple situations going on all across the board.
That's right.
Like you're playing chess. And in order to do that, you got to be constantly touching hands. You got to be constantly, because this business is all about who you know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like we go back to the beginning of this conversation. Look at Unc. He the one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all about who you know.
Come on now. Okay. With your hindsight being 2020, what would you have told yourself in 2016 to expedite this whole process the way you at right now in 2023? Or what was the biggest learning lesson that you learned along the way?
What I would tell myself to expedite it, I don't really know, because I don't really know what I would have told myself, because I went so hard. Like, no. I'm keeping it real. Like, bro, I'm smashing so hard. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? To where it's like, because you got to understand, it was certain information that I had to learn. Mm-hmm. That I don't care what type of gift or skill set you got. It's certain information that you had to learn.
Yeah.
But what was the other part of the question?
To speed it up. Could you have sped it up then as hard as you was going? Shit. Or what was the biggest lesson that you learned, or speed bump that you met while going hard the whole damn time?
The biggest lesson that I learned was that the mind is powerful.
Come on now.
That if you see something, fuck what everybody else talking about. You know, you're gonna have a whole bunch of naysayers because it ain't in their peripheral. It's not in their vision. It wasn't given to them.
Mm-hmm.
You just gotta keep smashing. If you see something, go all in, man. All that plan B shit, no. If you believe it and you have something viable and you got the expertise, you got the financial means to pull it off, guess what, man? It ain't nothing but money. Do what it is you got to do. Take a chance, because if you don't do it, you're going to look up 3, 4, 5, 10 years down the line and somebody else is going to do the shit, and then you're going to be mad as hell.
No, I'm with you 1,000% on that.
Yeah.
Out of all of your films, man, which one is your favorite, baby, that you was like, okay, you know what, we went in this thing and snapped?
Damn. Man, you know what?
And also for the audience, somebody watching, they about to go to TUBI and Amazon Prime to watch some shit right now.
Yeah.
What would be the one to say, okay, you need to start with this one right here?
Okay, well, I'm going to say this to you. As I look at these movies, I can remember so much with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I would say Circumstances won. You know, I would say Circumstances won, and that was my very first movie ever.
Yeah.
Because that's where all this shit started at, man. Like, you know, when I think about Circumstances won, it brings back so many different emotions because I know what it took to do this shit.
Exactly.
To that one right there.
Yeah.
Part 2, 3, 4, and all the other ones, Untangled, Good Day for Everybody, Rise and Fall of Cuckoo Cow. I mean, I was really just going with a formality, going with a formula at that point.
Yeah.
But this right here, I mean, man, bro, I didn't know what I was doing. I'm talking about I didn't know what I was doing. So,
my God. So
if you ask me what was my favorite, I would say that. And then if you ask me what if people was on there watching, you know what I'm saying, and they was going to Amazon or Tubi to watch a movie, I would say, if you're gonna watch the Circumstances series, definitely go watch Circumstances 4. That's the new joint we just dropped.
Yeah.
Go watch that. But if you haven't seen part 1, 2, and 3, go watch them first, because you gotta follow the storyline.
Yeah.
And when you watch part 1, what I want you to do is, can I look at the camera?
Get in there.
When you watch part 1, what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to how it's shot and look at everything. We shot that with one camera, no lights, and no audio, with a boom. So, and I still think it was a great movie.
My God.
But the reason why I'm saying that is because I want you to go pay attention to the growth. I want everybody to look at the growth. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to understand that was you looking at a young man who shot this movie. You know, none of us really knew what we was doing on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we pulled it off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's like, understand that part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't no cakewalk. Just like, oh, okay, no, we went up in there and figured it out. So definitely go check that out, and you know what I mean, sit down, watch all the Circumstances, and you know what I'm saying, see what it is.
For people that want to get that class and they want to get in contact with you, man, how the hell do they go about getting in contact with you, Ramon?
You can hit me up on Instagram, Swift Sloan, or hit our company page up, Swift Motion Pictures. And also, if you into email, info@swiftmotionpictures.com. You go to our website, swiftmotionpictures.com. You will see the link to the course, which is the Swift Motion Pictures Movie Mastery course. You know what I'm saying? I tell everybody, man, that course is, you got $1 million worth of game in that course for a fraction of what it's worth.
And when it comes to making a good ass movie, what are some of the ingredients that they need to know before they even go and make that movie? You know, I know one of the things somebody told me back in the day, if it ain't got no controversy, then take your ass home. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'm gonna say 5 things. Number 1, you need to have a strong script. Number 2, you need to have some great actors. Everybody don't have to be great in the production, but you got to have some of your leads
that can carry the damn film.
You dig what I'm saying? Your leads got to be on top. Number 3, you got to have a great team. You got to have people that know what they're doing, professionals that know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And the 4th thing is you have to be thinking about, listen to me, y'all, you got to be thinking about marketing.
Yeah.
When you cast in the movie. What do I mean by that, B-High?
Talk to me.
That means that you know how you go on Amazon and Netflix and Hulu, and then you see your favorite actor on there, you see an actor that you fuck with?
Yeah.
It's called clickbait.
Come on now.
So when you casting, do your due diligence and analyze the market and see, okay, if I'm finna go on Tubi, who they fucking with right now? I'm just, I mean, and
you snap.
You understand what I'm saying? And the last and final thing is, just do it.
Come on now.
Just do it.
Okay. Also, I gotta ask you this though, Ramon. Coming from a man with a plan and an idea, mentally keeping your mind in the game the whole time, okay? Because, you know, I heard the story about the lawyer. That's enough to pull your mind out the game. Shooting the film ain't easy. Somebody telling you that your audio is whack. Go back to the drawing board. That's not easy either. How did you keep your head in the game long enough to even get to the damn finish line? Because I think also when it comes to just the creative process of folks doing this thing, man, that's the biggest issue right there, is keeping your goddamn head in the game. What was it about you that allowed you to stay focused long enough to see the damn thing through, man?
What was it about me is I'm not giving up, man. I don't give a fuck what. You know, and, you know, when suckers go to talking, I let them talk. You know what I'm saying? When I say that, you know, I'm a very positive person. Anybody know me, they'll let you know that.
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes, you know, you just got to call it what it is. You know, and a lot of times you get suckers in your business and they go to saying shit about the quality or whatever the situation is. You just got to let them do that, you know what I'm saying? And then you got to understand that you the best person for the job. Come on. You know what I mean? So that's what I understand, that, I mean, I'm walking my own race. This is where I'm at with this. You know, I'm doing what it is that I set out to do. You know what I mean? And to me, nobody's better.
I'm with you.
That's what it is, right?
I'm with you.
Now, when I say that, I don't necessarily mean that it's not somebody out there that can't put forth better work, of course, because they might have a larger pool of resources. But they not me. You know what I mean? So
no, I'm with you.
This is what we gotta understand, and that ain't being cocky, man. You know what I mean?
It's called confidence.
Bingo. It's just saying that you have to have that, especially in this business, because you're gonna hit a lot of fucking low points. You're gonna hit low points where you're gonna be like, man, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, I done put this out here, I done did this, okay, I gotta figure this out. It's gonna be a lot of stress.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that because you're gonna need to know that about yourself, and you're gonna have to believe that in order to keep pushing. And guess what? If you keep on pushing, just like anything else, you're gonna hit the mark.
I'm with you. Ramon.
My man.
My dog. Appreciate you coming through this thing, man. Once again, bro. Instagrams, Twitter handles, any numbers, how they need to holler at you.
Swift Sloan, SWIFT SLOAN. And Twitter, I really don't be on that shit like that.
Me either.
Yeah, Swift 414, I guess. Yeah, so that's what it is, bro.
I can dig it. B-High Radio Shouty, Ramon Sloan, Swift Motion Feature Films of this thing. Holla at y'all in a minute, man. We gone.